What does that even mean? The first victim of what?
A fear of doing scaffolding.
Someone who picks at scabs or something.
Oh, God.
I'll let you torture yourself.
If I'm unresponsive, please do dial 911 stat.
Do you have Scaphism?
Yeah, bad.
Exactly.
I just
Bad.
saw the doctor last week.
Right,
but
exactly.
I'm on the mend.
But then-
Bitterness, the longer it gets, the more twisted it gets. So knock your dick in the dirt. I guess I expected more head and a little more action.
Yeah.
It's a super thick.
Deep.
Made me have the chills. It's beyond me.
So you asked, why did we pick it up? Hi everyone.
I'm Janet.
I'm Jason.
We're
Gumbo
Gumbo
Mud.
Mud.
We're here.
For dark beer.
What do we have today?
This is a nightmare from Nightmare Brewing Company, and it is Scaphism.
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 Oh my God.
Let me spell that for you, because if you're unfamiliar, it's Scaphism. Scaphism. It's a 17% knock your dick in the dirt Imperial Stout. 17%.
Wow. From Nightmare Brewery.
Yes.
Oh, the can is scary.
Yeah. Everything about this brewery is scary.
Well, what we could find, we can't find anything about it. It's an anomaly.
Everything on their website is like daunting. The research made me have the chills. Like the artwork is scary.
I think that's what they want.
The font is like that creepy font, like that makes you. Everything is just, you know, it's like, what's that guy, Wes Craven?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't read it. Everything's tiny. So you asked, why did we pick it up? Well, it was 17% for one thing. And the other thing is, it's an Imperial Stout with milk sugar. Boy, I can't even hardly read that.
Milk sugar.
I can't even, it's so tiny. Like.
It is an Imperial Stout with milk sugar, honey, and Tahitian vanilla and cacao.
Cacao.
I always say cocoa.
Yeah.
I don't like cacao.
That's why we picked it up.
Yeah.
So it was in the stout section at San Diego Wine and Beer.
Yes.
And we looked at it, and once you could finally read it, it sounded good, and 17%, we had to pick it up. But Scaphism, it's just, the whole thing's weird.
I've never heard anything like that. Like, if somebody said, what do you think Scaphism means? I would probably say a fear of doing scaffolding. Like, isn't scaffolding like a job?
Yeah, it almost sounds like a scab to me, like someone who picks at scabs or something.
Oh, God.
Scaphism? Yeah.
Ew.
I know.
That'd be scab.
I know, it's scabism.
What's scaffolding, though? What do you do? Like gutters? What's scaffolding?
No, scaffolding, you can paint. It's to reach up high that you can stand on.
Oh, so
scaffolding.
So that makes sense. Fear of doing scaffolding.
Fear of heights. Or something like that, because scaffolding is to get up high.
But you have a serious case of scaphism. You're afraid of doing scaffolding.
I don't know. It's all weird. So anyway.
Super bizarre.
So 17% Imperial Stout.
Okay, so
17.
The little bit we got: milk, sugar, and honey, aged on Tahitian vanilla. Organic cocoa nibs, so they threw a little organic into this daunting, crazy mix.
Which all sounds good, right?
Yeah, chocolate, bitterness, and depth. Flavors of dark fruit, consisting of chocolate. Well, this is not dark fruit.
Right.
Chocolate babka, which is a Jewish delicate, Jewish baked good.
Right.
Plum, fig, cherries. Roasty soft spice and French vanilla aromatics.
There's just too much in this beer already.
Like a lot of good things, but enough bad things that they could very well
dark
cancel
fruit, plum, fig, cherry. It doesn't sound like it all goes together with honey, cocoa, milk, sugar. But that's why we want it. We have to try it and bring it to you.
Yeah,
and it's 17%.
Exactly.
So we had to try it. So they get the name of this beer. Obviously, their whole theme is nightmares and and it sounds like the Middle Ages kind of stuff. That it basically took the first victim 17 days to expire. What does that even mean? The first victim of what?
This beer.
Of this beer?
He drank it in 17 days.
Yeah. So I would think it was if somebody was sick with something in the Middle Ages, I don't know, that all they could sustain them with is milk and honey is what it sounds like. So for 17 days before they died. I don't know. It's all weird. Like you guys look it up. Like we couldn't find hardly anything on it.
Okay.
So,
and this is from their website. This is under the description for Scaphism, and this is long and in depth. And like the longer it gets, the more twisted it gets. So I'm not going to go into the whole thing. I'll just give you a little snapshot. So 2 boats are joined together, one on top of the other, with holes cut in them in such a way that the victim's head, hands, and feet are the only thing left on the outside.
Which is the picture here.
Next, they pour a mixture of milk and honey into the wretched man's mouth till he is to the point of nausea, smearing his face, feet, and arms with the same mixture, and leave him exposed to the sun. This is repeated every day. The effect being that flies, wasps, and bees attract to the sweetness, settle on his face and the parts that are projecting outside of the boat.
Oh, geez.
And miserably torment and sting the guy.
Wow.
Like, I don't know why. Like,
yeah.
I don't get why you'd want to associate that with a bee. Like, it's beyond me, honestly.
Yeah.
And then they have a side note that this beer, I'm so off. This beer pairs well with, their words, the slaughter to prevail.
Yeah. Maybe they're gamers, obviously horror film, people that like horror films and, medieval stuff. And that's their theme and that's what they do. I don't know. It's weird. So
yeah. I could also imagine this pairs well with roadkill and coronavirus. Like, I don't know. Like, it's so out there. I just don't know.
Yeah, and this and the artwork comes from the brewer's mind, what we found out. So he likes to do art. He likes torture and medieval stuff and who knows what else. So anyway,
deep, dark, twisted world.
Yeah, it's all kind of weird. But the only thing we can really find out is they're in Farmingtondale, New York, which is on Long Island. That's about it. And that I couldn't even find it on their website.
Farmingdale.
Yeah, Farmingdale. Sorry, New York, which is on Long Island. Man, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I couldn't find that on their website even. I had to look up on Untapped and Beer Advocate and all these places that basically listed it from people probably from that area that know it. So anyway, yeah, there you go.
Okay.
17%.
Yes.
Ready?
I am hesitantly
Here.
ready.
I'll let you torture yourself.
Thank you. Okay, so I guess I have 17 seconds, 17 days. I don't know.
17 seconds to open it and pour it, yeah.
If I'm unresponsive, please do dial 911 stat.
Yeah.
Okay.
It should be good. 17%. It's our highest ABV so far that we reviewed. So
yeah, by far. Wow.
That's black.
It's looking
and dark. Ooh, nice.
It is looking like a true.
Ooh, you know what that looks like, huh?
I do know.
Yeah.
I think we're thinking the same thing.
One of my favorite beers. Yes. Yeah, it looks just like it.
Ooh.
Wow.
All right.
Super dark.
Shorted a little bit. Wow.
Wow, thick too. Yeah.
All right, you guys.
Woo.
Wow.
All right. Yeah, that was dark.
Yeah.
Which I like. It looked dark. The head is, God, it's deep, deep, deep mocha head.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Deep, deep mocha head. Yeah. Wow. Dissipated really quick, though.
It did.
It did dissipate really quick. Not much lacing either. It didn't leave hardly any lacing on it at all. But super dark, it's what you expect from a 17%, you would think. Right?
Yeah.
Imperial Stout. So
I honestly, I didn't even know, I don't know what the cap is for, stouts and porters, like what the max is. I think maybe I've seen something in a 20 range, 23, 24.
Yeah.
But as Jason mentioned, this is our first 17%.
Yeah.
It's definitely as dark as could be.
Yes. Super dark.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot see through this whatsoever.
Yeah.
The head looked good while it lasted, but gone in record time.
Yeah, dissipated really quick.
No lacing, just kind of that oily.
Yeah.
It's kind of coating your glass with a bit of the dark color. It almost makes your glass look like it's tinted, like a brown or an amber color. So I'm going to give it, it's not quite what I expected. I'm going to give it a 4.5. I mean, it's dark as the day is long, but I guess I expected more head and a little more action.
Yeah, a little more frothy head, especially lacing and stuff. I gave it a 4.5 too, because that's the only thing it's lacking. Everything else, it was really dark, which I love. The head was deep dark mocha, which was nice. There was head there, it just dissipated really quick. So everything you said. I've had like a 24%
Have you?
before. Yeah, it's been a long time, so I don't remember, but this is good. I'm excited to try it. So aroma.
Here we go.
Yeah, I didn't smell anything when you poured it, so.
Wow, I was expecting more too. It smells really clean.
Yeah.
Dark fruit, dark chocolate, and that's really it. I expected like just a nose full of like booze, like almost stinging my nostrils. I don't get that at all. Like it's on the nose, it's really well masked, but it smells really nice.
All the flavors cancel each other out.
I mean, I like this smell. This is kind of, to me, this is like your typical Imperial Stout smell. If it's not a chocolate stout or a macaroon stout, coconut stout, like anything that's labeled as a flavor, this is your hallmark Imperial Stout smell, which I like. So I am giving it a 4.5 on aroma.
I don't get the dark fruit. I'm not getting hardly anything.
No? Do you like what you get?
Yeah.
You do?
I do like what I get because I don't get dark fruit. I don't get anything like that. I maybe get a hinge of chocolate, but a hinge. Like it's...
A tinge or a hinge?
No, a hinge. We're talking nightmare, a hinge. You know, the hinge that creaks.
What the hell?
A creaking door. But I'm not getting hardly anything.
Yes, I gotcha.
With the hinge creaks,
Yes.
So I just gave it a little above average. I gave it 3.5 because there's not much to it. It's nice, but it's not like giving me much. It's just it's a good, nice smell. I don't get dark fruit. I like it. It's just there's not much of it, so I can't go to a 4. So I give it 3.5. All right. Tasty.
Okay.
17%.
The more, again, it's only been poured a short time, but it's already just, it smells very sweet.
Yeah.
So here we go, guys. Again, 17 seconds. Start your countdown.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I would think as it warms too, it's gonna change a little bit. The complexity of it should. Yeah.
It's good.
What are you getting?
I expected just like to be completely overtaken by booziness, which I really don't.
So what do you get? What flavors?
Let me have another.
Yeah, it smells really good. There's just not much to it.
I can say I would like it if it was colder. I just like cold beers. That's my preference. A lot of chocolatiness, a lot of sweetness, a little bit of bitterness, kind of in the middle towards the end.
It's a little bit, yeah. A little bit of dark fruit. Not a lot, though.
Yeah, the alcohol vibe is definitely, it's coming through the more I sip it.
Yeah.
But still, 17%.
Yeah.
It's pretty well masked. So,
yeah.
What do you think? Did you try it?
Yeah, it's good.
I've been talking so much.
No, I like it. It's good. I get a little bit of dark fruit and a little bit of bitterness. I think there's a little bit of chocolate in there, but it's not coming out. It's not up front. What's up front for me is just a little bit of the dark fruit and the bitterness, but it's not much, which is nice.
What do you think about the alcohol aspect?
There's some, you can definitely tell it's over 12. Like it's a heavy beer. I like the alcohol. For 16 ounce, we'll see after we finish this, we're basically drinking 8 ounces each. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty strong. Yeah. So I would think you'd want somewhere around there, maybe a 12. A 16 would be a lot to drink, I would think, at this point.
Yes.
We'll see once we finish it. But yeah, I think it's good. It's a really good beer from the crazy opening and everything about the brewery and everything. I like it. It's good.
Yeah, it's good. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I do like it.
Yeah.
It's just it's heavy for me, which I think it's probably heavy for most. I don't know.
Yeah.
Depending on what you drink on the daily, it's heavy for me.
Yeah. It's heavy. 17, though, we knew it would be.
I love that everything is well blended. The alcohol is well masked. I think it's really well done that way, but it's heavy for me.
Yeah.
It's heavy for my palate on the taste. So 3.5.
Yeah, I give it a 3.5 too. I like it. I don't think it's quite a 4 though for flavors. I'm glad there's not all these dark fruit flavors in it. I'd get a little bit of dark fruit, a little bit of bitterness, but not much.
Right.
I wish there was a little more chocolate, especially as heavy as it is. I'd want it a little more chocolatey, but it's not. But it's a good beer. It's just not up to a 4 to a 5 standard for me. It's well above average. It's a 3.5 because it's good, but yeah, I wish there was more chocolate flavors and everything that we read about on the can.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, on to the texture.
17.
I know.
We have nothing to compare it to, right?
I was just going to say that. I've not had a 17, so I want to be completely fair to this. I mean, I do think it's a super thick bodied beer. It's definitely not light. It's not medium.
No.
It's thick, heavy, substantial. Almost it looks syrupy. It's like a thick, rich syrup, or almost like when you melt chocolate, that consistency.
That was what I was about to say. I wish it would had more chocolate or fudge flavors. It would really go with the consistency and the texture of it. So
I do like it. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4 on texture. I think they really stepped up on texture.
Yeah.
And again, I mentioned early on the way it coats your glass.
Yeah.
If it didn't have the right texture, it wouldn't do that. It almost stains your glass because the texture and the body is so bumping.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I give it a 5.
You did? Wow.
I would think that's what a 17 tastes like. I do. It's thick, like you said. It's coating the glass. Your glass is starting to look brownish around the edges from you rolling it. It's a thick beer.
Yeah.
And it's definitely thicker than a 12. And we might have done a 13 review. We've had 13s before.
Yes.
This is thicker than that. This is a thick beer. So, obviously we don't get beers over 15 or more very often, if not ever. So I would guess this is what a 17 tastes like, because it's the thickest beer, one of the thickest beers I've ever had. So yeah, I give it a 5 on texture. It's definitely thick. Good. And a 17. So Janet, what do you give the finish?
I am going to give the finish a 3.5. Overall, just a great surprise to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect from the daunting description to how dark it poured. I was from 4.5 to 3.5 in my range of all categories. So everything was high. I like the finish. It's just, I'm not used to drinking 17% beers, nor do I really want to regularly. I think it would be something you would splurge on and enjoy, but I almost think too it's probably a beer to share. It's just really heavy for my palate. I love how well masked the alcohol is, though. I expected just alcohol fumes that you could see coming out of my glass, and I didn't get that, and I really don't get it on the taste. The flavors are well blended, but almost too much. I can't really pinpoint. The honey was mentioned and the vanilla, and it's all kind of lost to me. Yeah. So I would like to be able to taste those things, because there's not a lot of beers that have honey in the mix. No. So that kind of made me excited that I would get something different. And, honey, vanilla, cocoa nibs, like all that just was kind of lost to me.
Yeah.
So 3.5.
Yeah, I think most of it gets lost whenever they put dark fruit in, because the dark fruit seems to dominate.
You think so?
I think so, yeah, because most of the time that's why we buy the beers, for those flavors. And then once we get them, we start looking them up, they have dark fruit, and then the dark fruit comes out more than anything. But most of the time you want to get these kind of percentage beers barrel age. Bourbon, whiskey,
Very
that
true.
bumps up the ABVs to 16, 17. There's quite a few at Ellesmith that are 16, 15, 16, 17, yeah. So I'm with you. I give it a 3.5. It's above average. It's not quite a 4 for the finish. I get a little bit more of the fruit on the finish. It's not a bad fruit, though. It's nice. Not really that much bitterness, just a little bit. It's been consistent the whole time. It's just a little bit of dry fruit, dark fruit, a little bit of bitterness, and that's it. And just really heavy.
You made a great point. I didn't even think about that. That normally when you start getting in this double-digit range, especially towards the upper end of the teens, it's almost, you can guarantee that it's a bourbon barrel beer, and this is not.
No.
And even ones that say they're not, sometimes you still taste. You know, the whiskey,
bourbon,
the barrel process.
Yeah.
So again, another great aspect of this beer, you don't get that.
No,
and
none.
If you're not into bourbon barrel, that's really hard to say.
Bourbon barrels.
Bourbon barrel beers.
Yeah.
If you're not into it, like you don't get that at all here.
No.
So
yeah, there's no whiskey or bourbon at all.
yeah, a lot of. I'm really glad that we tried it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, a lot of great aspects, and
yeah,
we both gave it a
4. So you know that's a good beer for us. 4 in the 4 range. Like you said, a lot of great attributes. I just wish the chocolatey flavors and the honey, especially honey. We don't get a lot of honey. I expect it's a nice honey taste to it, but you know we don't get it. But anyway, it has a lot of good attributes. Very good surprise, right?
Yes. And honey sweet, like you only need the smallest little bit of honey. Like just the tiniest bit sweetens things. So
yeah.
I would think like you could add the smallest amount of that and the vanilla and then the milk sugar, like
right.
You know, maybe it was almost too many sweet components, right?
I completely forgot about the milk sugar.
I know.
Where's the milk sugar?
I know. Well, that's probably what created the creamy looking head in the start.
Yeah, that and the honey. But yeah, you think with milk sugar you would taste that a little more, which I'd love to have in this beer. Yeah. And you just don't get it. So anyway,
yes.
Gumbo Reviews of 4 for, what is it? Scaphism?
Scaphism.
Scaphism from Nightmare Brewing out of Farmington? Farmingdale.
No, Farmington, New York.
Farmington, New York, yeah.
Yes.
They're on Long Island, yeah.
The name's growing on me. Like it sounds like a plague, like the
that's what they want.
The bubonic plague, or like something dark and dreary, which it sounds like that's the direction.
You have Scaphism?
Yeah, bad.
Exactly.
I just
bad.
saw the doctor last week.
Right, exactly.
I'm on the mend. Good news.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this review of Scaphism by Nightmare Brewing Company, and click the like and share button and share with everyone, and click the subscribe button for more dark beer reviews.
And we are on Instagram. It's Gumbo Mud, MUDD, and we always put out our YouTube releases along with some extra special content.
Yeah, so thank you guys for watching this review, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.